There's a couple lyrics in the song that like stabbed me. I was lost as a kid. I was like, what is happening? And I can't keep up and I need to leave. Hi, my name is Gunnar and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to just sit down and go over some of my favorite YouTubers, some of my favorite artists, some of my favorite songs. Jumping right in, one of my favorite YouTubers this past month and also past year has been Sunny Kabocha. She is an artist that focuses, it seems like, mainly in ceramics, painting, and printmaking right now. And she does lifestyle videos as well too, along with this. I've been thoroughly enjoying her series throughout her time in art school, which has been super exciting, seeing all the studios that she's been working in, seeing what she's gotten up to. I do believe she's post-graduation now, so now she's more in a freelance artist mindset. I am super excited for her career, and she has tons and tons of great artworks that you need to check out. So look up Sunny if you have not looked her up yet before. Another one of my favorite YouTubers is Damon Dominique. And Damon is back from a YouTube hiatus. I think he took almost a year off of posting videos. I like to think of myself as an OG fan because back when Damon didn't have his own channel, he had Damon and Joe with one of his best friends. I was one of the very first 1,000 subscribers there, and they took that thing all the way past 1 million subscribers. I was so happy for them. I kind of owe Damon and Joe my life, essentially. They have transformed the way I think. I did not even know where I could take my life until I found their channel. All their travel videos were insanely amazing, and they would just have such great, fresh perspectives on life that made me realize there's so much more to do out there than to just follow the route that everyone else is taking. Damon's YouTube channel now I like to define more as like a lifestyle or informational type of videos. I always feel like I'm learning something new about the world or about myself whenever I'm watching one of Damon's videos. The last YouTuber I wanted to talk about today is Lee Duggan. She is a YouTuber that focuses mainly in fixing up her homestead, her cabin, and her house. She is probably one of the most inspiring YouTubers out there. I have never seen someone take on so many different tasks. Obviously, you don't get to see every side of someone's life by what they post on YouTube. If you ever see me post a video about buying a cabin or a house, that means I achieved my dream. I feel like nowadays I have no idea how any of us are gonna afford anything, let alone houses. So I don't see this dream necessarily becoming reality anytime soon. But if I ever did buy something, it definitely would be a fixer-upper like what Hana is doing with her place. Watch her videos, she is an amazing person. Okay, moving on now to music. One of my favorite songs that was released this month was Don't Forget Me by Maggie Rogers. Maggie has been one of my longtime favorite artists. I have seen her play live twice as well and would recommend anyone to go see her live concerts. Just as good as the original, maybe even better in a live setting. She knows how to command a stage. Maggie's heading back more into her acoustic roots, I would say, with her production. It is a bit more stripped back rather than heavy productions, and it's a really beautiful start to the album so far. Another one of my favorite songs released this month was Everything About Her by Amie Blue. I remember just hearing a tiny little snippet either on TikTok or Instagram Reels or something like that, and being like, I need the song now. And I think that was probably about 2 months ago when I saw it, and finally it was released this month. The melodies in the song are just so catchy and so intriguing, and I'm really excited to see more from this artist in the future too. Deeper Well by Kacey Musgraves was another song that I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but I actually really love the song. I think it has a different chorus than what a lot of people probably were expecting or wanting to hear. At the same time, it's a very introspective song. There's a lot to decipher in the lyrics and think about for yourself and what it means for you. Overall, I think this is a beautiful song with a beautiful message, and the whole point about growing is learning, and this song is all about learning things along the way. Another song I've been really enjoying this month was Care by Hana Vu. I think it's Hana, not Hana, but it could be either or. This is an artist, I didn't know any songs from them until I saw this album cover. It really caught my eye immediately. And then when I clicked on the song, I was like, okay, then I'm hooked twice as much. The instruments in the song are really insanely beautiful, and the lyrics match perfectly with it as well. There's such a flow throughout the song that has highs and lows. It is the first lead single off this album, so I don't know what any of the other songs are going to sound like, but I am really looking forward to listening to the whole album. Beyoncé releasing 16 Carriages and Texas Hold'em was also really a fun part of this past month. I have really been liking 16 Carriages personally. I don't listen to tons of country music, so Texas Hold'em is just maybe a little too, you know? But yeah, 16 Carriages, I think is just a really beautiful song. Her voice perfectly fits it, and it's kind of reminding me a little bit of like Lemonade, the Daddy Lessons type of feeling, which makes sense, this is her country era. I just think there's so much room for her voice to grow in this genre, and I think this album is definitely going to be something that a lot of people are going to be talking about for a long time. My final song that I've been listening to a lot this month was Older by Lizzy McAlpine. Lizzy's another really talented artist based on instrumentation and her vocals. There's a couple lyrics in the song that like stab me straight in the heart, especially when she's talking about her mom getting older. Like, don't you bring that up. Don't you dare. Overall, this is going to be another album that I'm going to be really excited to listen to when it comes out. Moving on now to books. I used to be a huge reader growing up, and now that I'm an adult who has a lot less time, I pretty much only read one book a month, and that's if it's generous. That's pretty much this past year, is the first year I've been getting back into that. The book I read this past month was Tender is the Flesh by Agustina Bazterrica. She is an Argentinian author, so the book is translated from Spanish to English. It's a really short book with very short chapters, so super fast read, but for me still, I'm like, that's gonna take me a month with what I have to get done. A very dystopian and disturbing book. I'm not gonna get into too much details because it is quite gory, but if you do like those types of books, definitely check this one out. Just don't read while you're eating. I did that once, and not with this book. Also, something else that I've been doing this past month is I've been rereading childhood books of mine. Not necessarily like picture books, not going that far back, but I have been reading a lot of books that I read in late middle school or early middle school. I keep looking at my bookshelves and looking at certain books that I read as a kid, and I remember the emotion that it made me feel, but I have no idea what the story was about. So I've been rereading a lot of books like that. Growing up, I never really watched too many movies. I was more of a TV show person, but this past month I've been really trying to get into movies because I've been hearing so many good things about so many different things. I finally got around to watching Everything Everywhere All at Once. 10 out of 10 movie, will always remember that movie, or at least how it made me feel, and I recommend that one to anyone. I also recommend watching Bottoms, which is a comedy. Rachel and I are probably two of my favorite actors from this generation that are coming up. I will watch any movie that they're in or any show that they're in. You just have to put me in front of a screen and I'll be watching it. The satire in this movie is and the characters, the plot line, everything about this is just stupid, campy, fun. You need to watch it. Moving now from the lesbian gay movie to a different gay movie, All of Us Strangers was a really beautiful movie. And I also was confused a lot during the movie. But the actors in that movie kept me watching, kept me engaged, kept me interested. And by the end, it was one of my favorite movies that I've watched this year so far. And lastly, what I want to talk about today is I'm finally getting to Studio Ghibli films. It has taken me a long time to sit down and really digest them. I remember watching Ponyo in 2008 when it came out, and I was lost as a kid. I was like, what is happening? And I can't keep up, and I need to leave. But Castle in the Sky is one of the first films that I started with this month, and it was such an innocent and beautiful film. Besides the creepy old men wanting to be with a 12-year-old girl, we could have left that out. That could have been pushed to the side to focus on the film. But if I can look past that weirdness, And the universes that they create in these Studio Ghibli films, it's insane. There's so much talent on their teams, and I am going to plan on watching every single movie now. Overall, this is a lot of random topics, but I do hope that you got some new recommendations, or you at least got to learn a bit more about what my favorite things are in my personal life. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.